Yeah.
We live at the Fire Nights podcast, man, and it's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment. These guys came from Woodland, Delaware. Where were you from?
Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy D-Mac, man. Fire Nights Podcast.
Let me see him. Let me see him.
Yo, fuck is the deal?
Yo,
Yeah,
what's good with you, bro?
I can't call it, man. It's a ball night. It's a ball night.
It is indeed a ball night, bro. It is the Fire Nights experience, man. A thought-provoking black culture journey, sports entertainment,
How you
politics. Walk with us, man. Let's talk about it. Tonight, to focus on sports, though. You know what I mean? You know how we do. What's good with you, bro? How you feeling?
I can't hold. What the fuck just happened? I can't hear you, bro. Hold on. Let me set my thing up. I don't know what happened, man. Let me set my thing up, though, differently. I can't even hear you, bro. But I know it's a motherfucking ball night. These motherfuckers out here balling. So, yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to motherfucking talk about it.
All right, let's get it on, man. Got a full slate of NBA games on, man. Full slate. We got the Magic and the Cavs, man, in the third quarter. The Cavs up 71-64. Thoughts on that game, man? Anything stick out to you about that game right there, man? We got the Cavs at 2-1, the Magic at 0-4.
Well, Magic, they kind of look like I thought they was gonna look. Paolo Banchero, he's pretty good, man, but Jalen Suggs is hurt already. That was someone I said, man, that may have been a wasted pick. Hey, but I'm glad to see Donovan Mitchell doing his thing out in Cleveland. I see the big guy rumbling, stumbling through the lane for a dunk. Yeah.
Okay, what big guy would you be talking about?
That would be Joel Embiid. Yes, sir. They up in Toronto right now. Toronto look like Toronto up 67-60, man. I don't know, man. We have a tough time when we go up across the border, man. We go up in Toronto, man. I don't know. We just have a tough time.
I'll tell you what, though, man. I'm gonna say this, man. LeBron James got a pretty tiny jacket on, man. Like, damn. I was impressed with a couple guys. In particular, man, I was watching Bol Bol the other night, man, and it's good to see him getting a little bit of time now, man, to show his talent, man, because he's a unique basketball player, man. Very unique guy. And I think he had maybe 15 or 17 the other night, man. And he got them all across the board as far as threes, driving to the basket. Talented kid, man. Talented, very skilled. It's just took him some time to find his niche and also find some time. They had a forward glut in Denver, so not very many opportunities there. But I think he might get some opportunities in Orlando, and it's starting to look like it might pay off, man. Because he's a hell of a he's enjoyable to watch, I tell you, because he sticks out like a sore thumb.
That's something, man. I want to piggyback on what you said, man. I'm so glad that he's now starting to get the proper look in the league, the proper time, the proper reps, or whatever they want to call it, because I remember our brother back in the days, man, Iceman, he really kind of reiterated or brought me to the fact that, man, all these guys are talented. All these guys can probably score 20 points. They just have the opportunity and the shots. I mean, and they just had the opportunity to get 20 points or to get 15 points, the opportunity and the time to get it. And so it doesn't really surprise me when people get their chance that they actually step up.
Yeah.
Now, how consistently they step up is another thing. But I'm pretty sure just about everybody in the league right now can probably get you 20 points if you give them enough opportunity.
I tell you what.
I'm glad he's finally getting his.
Yeah. Moving on to this next game, man. We got a barn burner, old-fashioned shootout at the OK Corral, man, with the Pistons and the Hawks. Trae Young and Cade Cunningham is basically going mano a mano. Trae Young right now, with the fourth quarter starting, has 31, and Cade Cunningham got 26. Yeah, they listen. They going. That's a shootout right there. Thoughts on that game?
Well, Trae Young has been doing this for a while, man. I'm glad to see Cade Cunningham. It seems like he's starting to separate himself and really starting to show why he was the number one pick in that draft. He was a guy I said I was looking forward to seeing him make the leap. I think I had seen enough from him last year to say, I kind of want to see more and was expecting more of him this year. And it looked like he's actually living up.
Give me some more volume on your end, bro.
Huh?
Give me a little bit more volume on your end.
Oh shit. That's the first time somebody told me that. Like, turn yourself up, Fresh.
Yeah, turn yourself up, bro.
All right, how that sound?
There you go. There you go.
How that? I was like, that's the first time in a minute, motherfucker told me, said, "Nah, turn yourself up, Fresh." Word. Word.
Proceed. Yeah, that's a shootout, bro. They look like they headed for a fabulous finish right there, man. Them two young guys right there.
Yeah, man. And on the other side of it, Dejounte Murray, man, I think really now with him getting out of San Antonio, I think a lot of people are really starting to see the caliber of player he is.
Let's see what he's doing right now. Give me a second. Let me see what he's doing right now. Right now, let's see here. He just got 10. He got a modest 10 right now. 10 points. He got a block, a couple steals, 6 assists, 6 boards. So, I mean, not, John Collins, the Baptist, is doing his thing. He got 15. But this looks like this looks like
it's looking like feed Trae.
This looks like one of them nights for Trae Young, man. It's looking like one of them nights.
Right. He on one, let's get him the ball. I'll just be over here when you need
me. Yeah. Absolutely. It's looking like one of them nights for him, man. So, it's nice to see him just continue to he's a gamer, man. That's what I'm gonna call him. He's a gamer.
Yeah.
He can go. He can go.
He can
flat out go. So let's take a look at this next game, man. We got the Hornets, the Knicks. Knicks at home, up by 8 points over the Hornets. Thoughts on the Knicks or the Hornets, whichever we'll do a little deep dive into the box score.
Well, it seems like the Knicks, man, they playing pretty good. Well, they're playing as expected. It seems like from what I'm hearing from a couple of my respected trustees, what I'm saying? It seems like they play a little bit better when they don't have Julius Randle on the floor. The ball moves a little bit better. But from what I'm saying, I think I like what I've seen from them. I just want RJ Barrett to sort of kind of be the RJ Barrett that everybody expects him to be, and I think they'll be fine.
He's struggling right now, man. That hurts me quite a bit, man. He's struggling right now, and I'm talking about he can't get nothing to fall, man. But they got balanced scoring right now. They got him with 8, Julius got 9, Jalen Brunson got 12. I like Jalen Brunson, man. That was a good addition because he's actually looking like he's giving to them what they thought they were going to get from like Kemba Walker. And you know what I mean? A lot of these guards that they got. He's a guy that's actually can put some pressure on the defense from a playmaking standpoint as well as a scoring standpoint. So I like that addition, man. He's pretty aggressive, unselfish guy, knows when to score, knows when not to, can hit the 3. And he shows an innate ability, man, to post up other guards. So that's a unique way, to have your guard initiate your offense from the post. So I like that in him, man, because it gives them a different look.
It was a lot of people out there to disagree with the signing of Jalen Brunson because I guess the money factor.
The money. I think it was more money.
Yeah, I'm like, man, first of all, man, I could care less about the money, man. It ain't my money they spending.
Yeah, absolutely.
But second of all, man, I'm like, isn't that an upgrade? And third of all, right, and third of all, I'm like, well, who else was you going to pick to go on your team to upgrade your team. You know what I'm saying? So that's the going rate for what you want to do to upgrade in the off season of 2022-2023 season. That was the going rate.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, that's the going rate.
Yeah.
To me, it's the going rate.
Yeah, get that man his money.
I didn't listen. You got to pay somebody.
I say it all the time. I'm like, you could have had less than Jalen Brunson. You could have split that 100 and some odd million up between 4 or 5 mediocre players, and y'all ain't relevant at all. You know, so
got to pay somebody, man. Got to pay somebody.
Man.
Absolutely. So listen, the next game we got, man. Moving on, we got Philadelphia and Toronto. It looks like we're in the third quarter. We got Toronto up. Toronto's up by 11. Let's see what's going on in that game, man. Let's see what's going on in that game. You guys always struggle with the Raptors, man. That's kind of like a weird relationship, man. You guys always struggle with the Raptors. I don't know what it is, but it's just something about Sixers and the Raptors, man. It's always, no matter what's going on, it's always a dogfight with these two teams, man.
It don't matter. It don't matter if if we're good and they suck. It doesn't matter, man. Every time we go to Toronto, man, it's just we can't put them away. We can't never. It seems like we have more turnovers. If we playing good, somebody get hurt. If we playing good and somebody that don't get hurt, then you get a miraculous shot on you. I don't know what it is about Toronto and the Sixers. I don't know what it is, man.
It's something. It's just that team. Well, it looks like Joel Embiid snapping out of his early season woes. He got a robust 25 right now. Tyrese Maxey with 17. We got James Harden with 13. Pretty much nothing else from there, man. Tobias Harris has a big donut.
Now that's one thing we can't have is the donuts, man, from Tobias Harris. We need you with 13, 14, 15 right now, or we need more of a contribution than that, man. And
he's 0 for 3 right now, so it's like, not only that, he's not really aggressive at all. He's 0 for 3, so I mean, but I would say this. The shots are going to the right people, to be honest with you, because Maxey's got 14 shots, Joel Embiid's got 13 shots. You know what I mean? James Harden's got 7, so him only having 3 field goal attempts. I mean, hell, that's kind of what you would expect from a fourth option, because realistically, he's the fourth option on his team right now.
3 shots and no points. Nah, yeah. I need more. I need more than that from a fourth option, man. I need more than that from a fourth option.
That's kind of typical. I mean, I don't expect if your third option giving you 10 points, hey man, be happy with it. I mean, if your fourth option is giving you 10 points, be happy with it. What's going on the Toronto side of the ball? We got OG Anunoby with 11. Siakam, he's having a big night. He's got 20. Gary Trent Jr., Duke in the NBA. Let's get it. Brotherhood. He got 14 right now. Looks like some balanced scoring there. VanVleet, he's not having a big day. He's got 5, but he's got 6 assists. So they scrappy team, they muddling along, man. And they're on top of y'all right now. They're on top of y'all.
I would like to see more out of Scotty Barnes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if he's starting slow or whatever. He's played solid.
Scotty got hurt. He's DNP right now. I mean, he's out. Scotty Barnes got hurt.
I could have sworn. Oh, okay. Maybe I seen somebody else. I thought that was him who inbounded.
Let me take a look.
On the floor.
Give me a look. Let me take a look. Okay, he is on the floor. Okay,
yeah,
I know the other night he left the game, and I thought he was out for a while. He's got 9. So yeah, he's got 9 points right now. My bad.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more out of Scotty Barnes. I mean, he definitely showed me enough. I don't know if he showed me as much as he showed other people, but I'm like, he showed me enough to okay, yeah, I could definitely believe.
Let's deep dive. Let's do a deep dive. I mean, he's averaging 14 on the year, 4 boards, 4 assists, and they're only 3 games in. So it's a lot of time to pick that average up. So you could see more. But I mean, as of right now, he's only got 9 points. So, he might end up around his average. So that might just be him.
Yeah, well, if for him to be, I think the player that everybody thinks he's going to be, I was looking for a little bit more production. But it's still early in the season. Like you said, I did see him get hurt the other night.
The potential and the talent is there.
Right. And I did see him get hurt the other night. I mean, it wasn't nothing, obviously, it wasn't nothing serious because he's playing right now. But I did see him get hurt the other. It was something, the foot or ankle or something.
Right. Moving on, bro. Moving on. So let's take a look at this the
PJ
net-
from the corner. I'm sorry.
Nets Bucks game. Nets Bucks game. We got the Bucks up. I'm sorry, the Nets up. Let's see here. Kevin Durant's on his way to a big night, it looks like. He's got 15. Kyrie's right behind him with 11. Ben Simmons, from visually, he's playing well, not necessarily box score wise, but he's playing well, showing some passion out there. They're getting a big night from Royce O'Neal, as well as who's this other kid, man? I remember Edmund Sumner. He had a little run by himself, so they're getting some contributions, man. And I think the biggest thing here is that Giannis hasn't exploded. They're pretty much holding him to modest production. He's got a modest 11 after the half. Bobby Portis is having a great game. Bobby's got 16 right now. Yeah, that's about it. Drew Holiday's got 6. But it's early. It's very early. But Brooklyn looks like, Brooklyn's actually rebounding this game, it looks like, which has been a key because they're holding Milwaukee to maybe one shot, maybe the occasional offensive rebound, but they're actually hitting the glass pretty well.
I've been checking in on the games I could check in on, and I was watching that for a little while. And a reoccurring theme has been really jumping up to me when I watch Brooklyn Nets. Like, they really need a big man. And I ain't talking about a tall man, because they got some tall men.
You said not just a tall guy.
Yeah, they need big men. And I was like, because like you said, Giannis hasn't exploded, but what I did see was every time Bobby Portis got the ball on, like, move, taking somebody right to the post. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's exactly. Now, I ain't saying you got to have a bunch of moves, but you should have, if Bobby Portis had Kyrie Irving, when I looked up one time, like, oh, man, you're supposed to take him to the post.
Yeah.
But
that's the kind of basketball we was brought up on, Mouse in the House. Not the fact that I'm just going to rise up and shoot over him. You got to punish a guy for that, man. You got to take that high percentage shot, man. Take him down to the paint. Maybe you get the N1. Maybe you draw the foul. Maybe you kick out for a 3. But you got to put him in the blender. You got to put him in a position, man, where you're helpless. You can't just bail a guy out with just a tall jump shot.
Yeah, that's not how that goes, man. You can't. And we ain't asking for Akeem Olajuwon dream shake. We just talking about this guy is 6'2", and you're 6'10". You know what I'm saying? And bigger than him.
Punish him.
Yeah, you punish him. That's how that goes.
But hey, it's a different game now, man.
That's an offensive foul.
Guys look at mismatches, and they look at it from the standpoint of, well, I can get a clean shot off from deep. Well, you can get that off. You can get that off with a regular guy guarding you.
Yeah. Exactly. Wouldn't you like a clean shot from 10 feet, 5 feet, 2 feet? You know what I'm saying? It'd be just as clean with the same guy daring you.
Amazingly enough, that's not a lot of guys' game, though. That's the weird thing. It's either the long ball or the dunk.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, I for some reason, I don't understand why.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's
exciting, but it's just, from a pure standpoint, man, it's not exactly aesthetically. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not aesthetically beautiful, because it's nice to see teams race up and down the court, man, and you get a lot of shots up, man. It's a lot of activity, but from a basketball standpoint, man, it's just it's just so different. But that's a different conversation, man.
Well, I'd look at it like this. I'm like, look, if you was these big men. Like they say, they big men. Okay, well, you gotta learn how to shoot or be turn into a better shooter. The funny thing is, they're not telling big men, hey man, when you got little guys on you, punish you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you want?
They don't want to.
But here's the thing. I'm like, why wouldn't you want every player's game out there as well rounded as it can be? It was like, if you happen to get this matchup with a 6'2" Kyrie Irving on you, this is what you do.
Because here's a contributor to that. Because over time, you've had these really tall guys develop these skills, and they figure, I'll just shoot over the top of a guy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get a clean shot off. No guy, put it this way, even guys that are really, really tall in like middle school, they don't have aspirations of being post players. They got aspirations of being wings and guard. Oh, good defense. Wings and guards and things of that nature, man. So it's, it impacts the game from that standpoint. Got
Yeah.
an offensive foul on Giannis. This team makes it difficult for Giannis right now, man. Giannis. I wouldn't say he's struggling, but they're doing a good job, man, to stand in front of him with these wiry, long guys, man. And then it's making it tough on Giannis.
Of course, yes. I'm not sure if that was a offensive foul, but I can understand where they're coming from. They're definitely staying in front of him. They're definitely making it a little bit harder than what we've seen. You
You stay in front of him and you take your chances.
Yeah.
Stay in front of him and take your chances.
One thing I do know for sure, man, he's not going to stop. He's going to keep coming right at you.
Yo, hold on. I want to interrupt you. Kyrie just got to the bucket, right, and laid that thing off for Ben. Ben turned around and kicked it out. You can hear somebody somewhere in that arena shoot it, Ben.
Hey, yo, a couple more of my basketball insider fam. They said I got word back. I wasn't even trying to talk about him, but since we didn't open the floor up to discussion on Benjamin Simmons, I've gotten word back that it's pretty much the same. He's pretty much the same Benjamin Simmons that was in Philadelphia. He still feels that he's not the problem. He still feels like he doesn't have to change his game and those type of things. And from what I've seen on my own, and some people, not as many people, have intimated to, that he's even playing even more scared than he's played in the past. And because his defense, he's went from one of the best defenders in the league to one of the absolute worst defenders in the league. And your offense is down.
The byproduct of that, man, is just simply being off the floor for so long. Because right now I think he's got more fouls than he's got points this year. You put it this way, even right now, you could see it's a market difference, market improvement from what I saw the first game. You know what I mean? I think that's just getting your NBA legs under you. He'll be fine. He's not gonna be a superstar. He's not gonna be the Ben Simmons from the first couple years. I think he's just mentally damaged from that standpoint. The best thing you can hope for is that from the defensive end, he can contribute in that way, and from being a pace pusher. Because he's not going to be an offensive guy because he doesn't want to get to the line. He knows that he can't shoot free throws. He knows that he's not a good offensive guy outside of maybe 5 feet from the basket. So he's not going to push your offense. It's in his head now. So I don't want to stay on that too long, though. But moving on, they are up on the Bucks 62-57.
Mm-hmm.
We got 7:34 left in the third. Moving on to the next game, man. We got the Bulls and the Pacers. The Bulls putting a whipping on the Pacers right now, man. 76-57. Zach LaVine is having a good night. He's got 16. Let's dive into the box score. Let's take a look here. Buddy Hield is a hot name as far as trade talk, man. Don't be surprised if Buddy Hield or Tyrese Halliburton isn't moved with the emergence of Benedict Mathurin. He's looking like a guy that can carry your offensive load early on. Whether he can sustain that, I don't know. But he's looking like a guy that can carry the load. As far as the Bulls right now, let's see, DeMar DeRozan, they up by nearly 20, and he's only got 6. So yeah, they got Nikola Vucevic. He's got 11. Nearly everybody's got double figures on this team. AO's got 8. They had a lot of guys hovering around 10 points. So this is a total team effort right here when DeMar DeRozan only got 6 points and you up by 20. So this is a total team effort that they're doing. They're doing a thing to the Pacers right now.
Yeah, everybody getting a little bit tonight. You know, the Pacers. I'm not saying they're in panic mode or chaos mode, but they are definitely. It seems like just them playing, you know, and you know, ever since all the rumors swirling around Miles Turner, swirling around Buddy Hield, you know, different players stepping up, different players not stepping up. You know, it's just been a lot around the Indiana Pacers. So I'm not really expecting a lot from them right now because it's just a lot of upheaval and chaos. And most of the time, not all of the time.
A lot of chaos.
A lot of, you know what I'm saying? But those things, you know, even though you're professional, but people are human beings as well.
Yeah, human beings, man. Absolutely. They're humans.
Yeah,
they hear what's going on. It's saying, you know, everybody, you can see what's going on and what's being said about you and so over social media. So it's not like
Right.
back in the day where you could just be oblivious to everything. You know,
Right. If you live on Earth, you've heard, somebody has gotten word to you what they've said about you. If you, especially,
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
you're a status of person in this society. It don't matter if you out on the Galapagos Islands by yourself with a shawl on. Somebody gonna get word to you. Somebody gonna get word to you about what
You're gonna know. Absolutely, man. Moving on. Let's see what this next game hitting for, man. We got Timberwolves and the Spurs at the half. Wolves up big on the Spurs, man. 68-53. Let's see what's going on in that game, man. Let's dive into this box score.
I guess it seems like the Spurs could only play good against the Sixers. Damn it, man.
Nobody for the Spurs in double figures. Of course, Anthony Edwards, man, with 18. He's on his way to a big night. Jaden McDaniels got 13. But yeah, let's see. What is Rudy Gobert with his modest 4 points and 5 rebounds? But yeah, it looks like it's Ant-Man leading the charge again. Thoughts on Ant-Man, bro?
He's definitely turned me around from, I want to say, beginning of last season or 2 seasons ago. He's turned me around, and he definitely looks like, he has the goods.
Okay.
It definitely looks like he's the guy to put, to build your team around out in Minnesota. I wish we could get a little bit more consistent D'Angelo Russell.
Let's see what D'Angelo's doing. D'Angelo's got 8. See, okay, so D'Angelo's got 8.7 assists right now. So for all intents and purposes, it's a good night. If he can, if he keeps that production going, that could look like anywhere between a 14 to 15-point night and 9 assists, which is good if for your starting point guard. Can't ask for much more.
And that's the thing. Out of D'Angelo Russell, I do want a little bit more out of him. I kind of want to see him, at this stage in his career, 20, somewhere hovering around 20 and at least 8 assists.
Bravo, Giannis. Ben is giving him problems, man. He's giving Giannis problems, man. So listen, there was interesting talk out of Minnesota where they had a post-game interview, and Anthony Towns said some interesting comments, and apparently Anthony Edwards, prior to entering Cat Towns, he mentioned something about, Kentucky Fried Chicken and this, that, and the other. I think he was making light of, what he was going to eat or whatever have you. And when they asked Cat Towns his take, and because I think, as a matter of fact, Anthony Edwards says something to the fact of they asked him about, back-to-backs and how he needs to approach back-to-backs. And he said something, to the effect of, he's got to get better in back-to-backs. And something was made about Popeye's chicken or something like that. So, Cat Towns took his time to, when they asked him about it, he was saying, I'm the veteran. It doesn't make me happy when you interview him and he's talking about Popeye chicken. So, I really can't send him to him on the court as far as his game. But, as a veteran, I can teach him, better things about how to take care of his body. Your thoughts on that? Do you say that in an interview, or is that some,
It's been a lot going on, a lot being said in interviews and things like that, and people have been really criticizing and scrutinizing what people have been saying in press conferences and interviews. But what I can say about whatever you say in a press conference or interview, or wherever you say it to a reporter or whatever, when you say it, please understand that somebody on the other end of that is going to hear it. And when they hear it, they may not take it like you meant it to be heard.
That was your teammate you're talking about,
This is
exactly you're saying. He said, well, don't make me happy when y'all interview him and he's talking about Popeye's chicken. That's not funny. That kind of thing. I can teach him more about, I need to be more of a veteran and teach him. I can teach him more about, his nutrition and, taking care of himself health-wise off the court, so he, that could help him in back-to-backs, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not here to sort of kind of, if you my teammate, I'm not trying to put you in the bed, like even in, in the least space. He'd be like, If he's talking about Popeye's chicken, I'm like, if it keep making him play like it's making him play, get him some Popeye's chicken. And then I'll talk to him, my man, you know what? I got some quinoa and I got some kale. I can hook you up. You know what I'm saying? But at the same, because at the same time,
you say that in the locker room, or is that okay to say during the interview?
no, that's what I'm saying. I say it in the locker room.
Okay.
If what I'm saying in the interview is something else, I'm like, well, like I said, I would put on the face. Oh, what? Forget you see, he tried to big time and say, oh, you know, as the veteran here,
Yeah.
I don't like him talking about, you know, Popeye's chicken after a game because it can, you know, I can teach you some things about nutrition, all that. I will remind you to say this: y'all been teammates for about what, 2 years now? Am I correct?
Yeah.
So either he's not listening, or you ain't went over there and told him anything about these fine nutritional ideas you have. So that to me, it just seems like it seems like Karl Anthony Towns, myself, and it seems like he's the type of person that kind of feels some type of way about Ant-Man kind of stealing some shine of his out in Minnesota. That's what it sounds like to me, because it started off, I don't like how y'all talking to him.
Well, he's the guy, though. Hey, man, you got to deal with some things, Cat. You done been there long enough, man. You just haven't done enough to be the guy. This kid looks like he's pushing the culture there. He's pushing the team forward. So, you know, let me give you some. I got some updated scores here, man. We got the looks like the Nets and Bucks is a tight one. That's a 3-point game.
67-64.
Yeah, it looks like that's a tough game. Looks like the Knicks going to win this one going. Well, actually, no. That's only in the third quarter, but it's a high-scoring game, 94-84. 94-84. The Atlanta Hawks and the Detroit Pistons still in a dogfight, man. 1 minute left in the fourth quarter, and that's a 2-point game. That's a dogfight, baby.
It seems like the Pistons may have gotten a nice young nucleus to develop together and move forward, because it seems like they got enough talent and enough fight to be competitive, and that's the step up from last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it seems like you got enough fight. You have the talent, you know, so now with the experience, it seems like you're learning how to be competitive on a nightly, consistent basis. And
look at this scoring. Look at this scoring from the Knicks, though, man. They got 12 from RJ, 13 from Julius, 7 Mitchell Robinson, 16 from Jalen Brunson, 14 from Evan Fournier, 11 for Emmanuel Quickly. And then Derrick Rose got 8. So you almost got potentially 6 guys in double figures, man.
That's awesome. To me, if you have a basketball team that can execute on that kind of level, and I don't know, I'm assuming they're not just going all one-on-one and getting all their buckets. No, it seems like the ball's being moved around. It's probably a lot of assists, you know, because it seems like it's a lot of people involved. And to me,
Bogdanovich with 30 now in that game. Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. To me, that's the best way to play basketball is to move the ball. The ball has energy. You can't outmove the ball. The ball is going to move faster than you. And if you're prepared and moving and cutting, you will be fine. Come on, Sixers, man. What? Every time we go to Toronto, man, is it the maple syrup? What is it?
Man, they got your number, man. They got your number. Evan Mobley with 18 points. Let's see. Donovan Mitchell got 10. That's pretty lackluster, but you winning, so you can't be mad at that. What is every starter for Cleveland has double figures. So that's some balance right there. That's some real good balance. Paolo Banchero in his game, he's got a 20-piece, but they down by 8.
It seemed like that's the way to go is to have more of a team game. You know, the guys is really kind of one guy or two guys, you know, really taking balance. That's not winning basketball. It seems like those days of, you know, maybe the talented 2 or 3 maybe can't beat out the well-prepared 10 or 11 anymore.
So we got the another late starting game. We got the Jazz and the Rockets. Interesting game. Jazz have been an early surprise.
Yes, they have.
Very, very early surprise, man. Laurie Markkinen might be in the running for most improved player if he can keep this sort of pace up. He's putting up numbers, man. He is putting up some big numbers for him. Proud of him and his game maturing. But yeah, that's a late start. We got a couple more games on the docket too tonight, with some later starts. You got the Lakers and the Nuggets, which of course from a visual standpoint on paper looks like it could be something, but I see the Nuggets running them off the floor.
Well, they've been probably on the lips of all basketball pundits, analysts, commentators.
We ain't gonna talk about them right now. I ain't gonna get them no more. I ain't gonna get them no more airtime than they need. And then the last game on the docket looks like Heat Blazers. Heat at 1-3, visiting Rip City at 4-0. Man, Damian Lillard averaging 33, 5 and 5. Man, off to a sizzling start, scintillating start.
And my man, it's Dame time. It's Dame time.
They got some different pieces,
man. I almost had to let him go, man. He was talking real crazy about the loyalty and all of that, man. I'm like, come on, man. That just sounds almost like loser talk.
He can have the last laugh, though. You know, at the end of the day, he could very well have the last laugh if it works out, you know? Because, I mean, even at his current situation, man, if that guy reaches a Western Conference Finals, that's a hell of an accomplishment, man. Anything more than that is like, wow, that's crazy.
Well, I don't know about that one.
I don't expect more than a Western Conference Finals, bro. Once in his career, a Western Conference Finals. That's all I expect if you're going to stay there.
What and see that's part of. I'm not sure that's all that I would want as a basketball player.
No. I'm not saying that guy wants to win 5 championships. I know you don't just want a Western. I'm talking about me on the outside looking in. If you're going to stay there, I don't expect you to do well. If you get to the Western Conference Final once in the next couple of years, that's all I expect.
Okay, your expectation? Okay, guys.
Yeah, that's my expectations. I don't expect that guy to do any more than that. I just don't.
Well, what they got right now, you know, it ain't too much. That would be an exceedance of their expectations if they make.
That's a young talent.
Oh yeah,
on him. I mean, the kid Shaden Sharp is a good lord. Is a high wire act, man. That kid good. I mean, he gonna light Sports Center up for the next couple of years. You got Anthony Simons, very young guy, great shooter.
Oh, he went off last night. He went off.
They got some pieces. So yeah. I mean, they got a lot of room for growth on that team.
Yeah.
And it don't sound like Dame budging. So Dame weathering the storm, and whatever happens, and that's where he's gonna be at. So management's got to be happy with that. So they know, that they don't have the normal situation that other teams may have when you got a superstar that's disgruntled, because he don't appear to be disgruntled in any way, shape, or form, or even looks like he's on the way to being disgruntled. So he's happy. That's where he's going to be at. It is what it is.
Well, that is one thing I've never heard him say.
Giannis is being Giannis right now.
One bad thing about Portland. He loves Portland, the team, the community. I've never heard him say one bad thing about Portland. So him wanting to stay, that wasn't necessarily shocking to me. But him just, the loyalty and all that he was showing to someone that I thought was doing him a disservice by some of the things that they was doing or not doing around Dame Lillard. I was like, I don't know if they showing you the same energy and love back. But, it ain't really about what Portland can do for him. It's like, man, if this is what I love to do and where I love to do it at, I ain't really that mad at you.
Right.
It's your song, baby. You sing the song, I play the music. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So listen, let's go in another direction with this, man. Rookie impact, man. Give me a couple guys outside of the obvious Paolo Banchero. Give me some guys that's caught your eye. Rookies.
Well, I didn't think this guy was going to catch my eye, but he did catch my eye. I just had to see a little bit more from him, and that's my man Jaden Ivey.
Yeah. Piston.
From out of Detroit. Those feisty young Pistons.
I expected him to be I expected him to be good.
And that's what I'm saying. I probably was the only one. I was like, I gotta see that first. You know, I kind of got to see that first. Like, he's impressing me. He's impressing me. Y'all's pick, Isaiah Smith. And I'm not that
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith. I said Isaiah Smith. Jabari Smith. I kind of like what he's doing. I actually think that given a little bit more time, man, he may supplant Jalen Green as the guy out there.
That's not a bad. I mean, that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. That's not.
That's not a bad thing.
Because
Because until Jalen Green can get a hold of his efficiency, because he's a higher wire act, I just think he's got to be a more efficient basketball player. You know, a second option, it seems like. Until now, mind you, I think he has more ceiling as far as just being a scorer. Jalen Green, I think, has more ceiling because of some of the things that he could do. But I think both of the ceiling is high with those guys, man. I mean, I think ultimately, you know, overall, with the more the things that Jabari Smith could do, you know, with his size and length and mentality, he's more of he should get more credit defensively than I think he does, because coming out of Auburn, he had the mentality of being a defender as well as an offensive guy. So it's a lot of ceiling there. Give me another name.
I can't. Ben, the guy out of I was going to fuck his name up, but my guy out of yeah,
he's looking like a dog.
Right, he's looking like a dog, and to me, he's one of the integral pieces that's really making the Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, Russell Westbrook talk have some fervor to it. Because I know Indiana would trade him. You know, the trade was on the table in the summer, but now when you see you got a guy, okay, cool, no problem. We really can let you guys.
Offers now. Yeah, we
right,
can listen to offers now.
Right. We think our team and our game will be in good hands with Ben. Say that again.
Matherin.
Because I know it ain't Mathis, and I'm
no. It's it's almost Mathis. It's Mathurin. Matherin.
Matherin. Okay, gotcha.
He's a Canadian. He's a Canadian import.
Now, I will say this. I always have a little caution flag with the Canadian imports. Sometimes, I mean, to me, they've always looked as they have been billed, but it seems like more times than most, they have just sort of kind of fell shy and not lived up to the full expectations coming from Canada. Not saying they don't have the talent. I've seen Andrew Wiggins have the talent. RJ Barrett has the talent. I expect them to play even better than they've played. That's what I'm saying. And I've seen them play good. Definitely. You
got to be more than talented and skilled.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You got to be more than talented and skilled, man. And I think too many guys in this era think that talent and skill are that's all you need. You try to make that leap, man. It's things that you can't measure, man. Heart, determination, desire, can't measure those sorts of things. Work ethic,
preparation, will,
those things you can't measure, man. You got to have those things, man. You can't just be talented and skilled. What's going to happen is you're going to be talented and skilled, and you're going to average 14 points, and that's it. Off your talent and skill.
And that's I keep saying it. I'll keep repeating it. I'm like, everybody is talented and skilled on the professional level. There is not very much skill difference. You may be higher in shooting where somebody's lower in jumping. You feel what I'm saying? But they're, pretty much, unless you're someone like a Ja Morant, you know what I'm saying? He's a special guy to me. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you know what I'm saying? He's a pretty special guy to me. These are guys who are outside of the margins to me. I think
it's because of their mentality, though. It's the way they approach the game.
Yeah.
We call them guys dogs, man. And when you're a dog, it's going to take you a lot further than just being skilled and talented. Now, when you're a dog, you can impose your skill and talent on other guys who don't have that sort of mentality. So that's when those intangibles and things, they come into play. Because you could be a guy, you could be a talented, skilled guy, man. But if you don't got the mentality, they're always looking. They're always looking for they see the potential, but the potential never comes to fruition.
Right.
Never comes to fruition.
You got
So,
dog in you.
Let's go down the scoreboard real quick, man. We got Orlando, Cleveland, fourth quarter, 33 seconds left. Cleveland is up by 9. We got the Knicks over the Hornets, fourth quarter, 8 minutes left. New York Knicks up by 4. Philly and Toronto, 4 minutes left. Toronto is up by 8.
Nah, they up by 11.
Oh,
No,
I gotta refresh.
8. Up by 8. Yeah, we just
Brooklyn and Milwaukee. We got a dog fight. Milwaukee up by 3. 1:55 left in the third quarter. We got Indiana and Chicago. Chicago is up by 12. 7 minutes left in the third. Minnesota is up by 7 over San Antonio with 7 minutes left in. 7 minutes left in the third. Utah. Let's see. Where is that game? Second here. Utah, Houston. What is going on in that game? 1 second here. Let's see.
Man, I'm watching the Sixers play, man, and I love. You know what? I'm not gonna say what I thought I was gonna say, man.
Thoughts on your team. Talk about your team, man.
I love the Philadelphia Sixers. Julius Erving is my favorite. I love the Sixers. That's what I'm gonna say about my Sixers. He just drained that muff. Fred VanVleet has always been a favorite of Freshers, man. I wouldn't have never. It was a time, man, where we could have got him, or it was at least consideration. Obviously, I wouldn't mind it if we'd have got Fred VanVleet. To me, he's a gamer. He's a little undersized, so he gets a little bit injured up, but he's a gamer. He's gonna be there playing with you, and I think Philly would love a motherfucker like Fred VanVleet.
Freddie VanVleet.
Yeah, you got a name like Fred VanVleet, man. You gonna catch fresh air. You gonna catch hey.
FVV.
Yeah.
I've seen the weirdest fast break, man. Ben Simmons running a break, 2-on-1. Kevin Durant is running a break with him. The trailer is Joe Harris, who flies out to the 3-point line as the trailer on the wing, and Ben Simmons kicks it out to the 3. 4 minutes.
Man, I'm taking the page out of your book, man. Like, man, we're gonna stop talking about Benjamin, man. I mean, because really, to me, I think he's cooked. And I'm really thinking, like, I think a lot of other people are putting too much into it. I mean, like, it's like, come on, Ben, come on. And I understand that part, but I'm like, he's cooked to me. I seen a play. I don't know if they played him last night, but they played Memphis. Do you understand that man let the ball roll up the floor and took 30 live game seconds off the clock? Your mental was fried, dude.
30 live seconds.
It rolled all the way into the front court. 30 live seconds, and the shot clock never started. Memphis is up, I want to say 6. Dude, you need these seconds. And then as soon as the guy picks it up, jab steps, foul number 6. Not 1, not 2. Foul number 6.
Out of like 2 out of the 3 games that they've played, he's fouled out of 2 of them, which is but that's basketball legs, man, and that's not having your basketball legs under you and not being on the court for damn near a year and a half. It seemed like it's only been a year, but it just seemed like dude ain't been on the court for a long time, man.
One other thing, hold on, man. Kawhi Leonard doesn't look all shaky like this. He was out all last season. Zion Wilson doesn't look this shaky like this. He was out all last season. So what are we talking about getting his NBA legs back underneath him when their NBA legs was literally taken from them? They had leg injuries.
But they're not shaky personalities though. They're a lot stronger, a lot more strong-willed. You know what I mean? Than this guy. This guy's clear. He's a little bit more fragile. Well, not a little bit. He's very fragile. Those guys, I wouldn't say that they're fragile. So it's you're dealing with a different mentality.
Yeah, but
those guys are alpha dogs. He's not.
So how long is it going to take him to get his legs with his mentality?
No,
Like,
I literally said his legs. I'm not waiting for Ben Simmons to be good anymore. That's over. I'm not waiting for that. What I'm waiting for is for him to be able to be fluid and be able to play the game of basketball, again, the way he was playing, at least to impact the game. Not necessarily to be anybody's all-star or anything, but to be able to help the team that he's playing on in some capacity and not be fouling out and not be a liability out there to the degree that he's been, the past couple of games. That's all I'm asking. I'm that ship sailed of me expecting him to be anything more than he is, than just a utility guy that plays defense, can rebound here and there, and can pass and push the pace. That's it.
I knew it, man. I mean, I didn't wish it on him, but I just was like, there's no way I can see this thing getting better. I just see it getting worse. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's going to get worse. I don't think it's going to get worse. I just think it's just a matter of them being able to play together and figuring out how to play with him and him figuring out how to play with them. I don't think it's going to get worse because I think he is what he is and they know he is what he is. It's not going to get worse.
But
you know what I mean? Because if it gets worse, then I just don't play you. You can't get now. If you get worse than what you are right now, I won't even play you.
And this is one of it. He's worse. I'm pretty sure he's a little bit worse than Bill. Like and even if you was rusty, we thought you would be better than this. I'm thinking I would. I'm thinking that you thinking that. I'm thinking the Nets and everybody on the team was thinking, hold on, dog. Even if you
your boy John Collins, another over the top oop on. Damn, he get at least one of them a game, man. One of the oops and oops. Damn.
Hey, man, come to Philly. We can use that. We can use that. We need a wing like that. We can use that. Nobody catches any oops on our team. We can use that.
Jay said, "Nah, y'all can't get that." He's a Hawks fan. I didn't know this until maybe a couple weeks ago. He's a Hawks fan. He's been a Hawks fan for like a year now. I didn't know that.
Trae Young, I ain't mad at him.
That took me by surprise. But either way, man. So it looks like so let's see, who any of these games wrap up yet? Okay, so nobody's wrapped yet. Well, I think none of these games have wrapped yet. Actually, I think the Orlando game is wrapped, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. Let's see what my boy ended up with. I know they lost. So let me see what my boy ended up with. Let's see what Paolo ended up with. Let's see. Yeah, Cleveland got the win, 103-92. Let's see what happened here. All right, let's do this here. Schedule. Let's go to the schedule. Lost my place, man.
Happens like that sometimes, good
I
brother.
lost my place, man. This is ridiculous, man.
With all this NBA going on, man.
There's a lot going on, man. I'm on overload. There's a lot going on right now, man. Let's see here. Okay, so let's see what.
Okay.
Nick's trying to hold on.
Yeah.
Nick's trying to hold on. Y'all down by 10, it looks like, with 20 seconds left. I think Toronto got that one.
Yeah, I went on ahead and changed the channel on that. I went on. I said I ain't got to turn back to Comcast Sportsnet to no more tonight. As I do, as I whirlwind through the league of games that I can watch. I said I ain't got to turn back there anymore. God damn it!
Oh yeah, okay. Hornets storm back. They got 5 minutes left in the fourth. 111-108. Knicks only up by what? 3 over the Hornets. That's turned into a barn burner.
Ooh, I see an update on the Bulls and the Pacers. They have made that a game.
They made that a game. It's only third quarter too.
Yeah,
made that a game. Stay tuned for that one. But heating up. He got 20.
I know something ain't right about the Sixers and Raptors, man. Everybody else in the third quarter, how the hell our game over with? There's something going on up in Toronto, man. Something going on up there. How our game over with?
something stinks, something's a foul.
Man, something is a miss, man.
That game might have started at 7, man.
Yeah, it probably did. It probably did.
Like 6:30 or 7, man.
Man, I gotta come up with something while we can't get our thing right up in Canada, man. It gotta be something, man. It gotta be something, man. We can't get our thing right in Canada. I mean, right now we can't get our thing right at all, man. But it didn't help that we was in Canada. Like, shit. Yeah. Damn it, man.
Let's see here. Let's see. All right, so let's look at this box score. All right, Paolo had 29, big game from him, but they 0-5. They 0-5. Franz Wagner, that was a young team, man. Wendell Carter, he had 12 at double-double.
Man,
yeah, their problem is guard play. Yeah, their problem is guard play. Orlando can't get no production from the guards. All their production comes from them, the plethora of bigs that they got, man. They got a whole team full of 6'10", 7-foot guys, man.
It seems like Orlando's team has been young ever since Shaq's been there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've had a young
Forever
team.
Young.
Yeah, they've been like who have been veterans. I mean, not saying that, I'm pretty sure they've had veterans, but it just seems like they've had a young team, more or less a young team than an old team, you know, in their whole existence. Like, I'm trying to think of like somebody who, I guess Dwight Howard was there for a while, but of course he jumped around. He might have had a whole nother career after his career in Orlando. I'm, you know, trying to think. Rashard Lewis was he played in Seattle, but that's what I'm saying. I don't even know a whole bunch of people. Grant Hill.
They've been young for a while, man. But when you've been bad, I think their last successful team was oh, that's a terrible pass, young fella. Yeah, take that down. I think the last successful team they had was when Dwight Howard took them to the finals with Turkaloo, you know, Mimir Nelson. That team.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say they was old then, you know what I'm saying, but that was probably about the oldest team, you know, that I can remember them having.
Yeah, it's been kind of like a revolving door of like youthful players and draft picks and
yeah, like every year y'all have, oh, this team has the average, you know, the youngest team on average, like every year. Like, how does that happen?
That's how long they've been bad.
Yeah, when you keep picking in the lottery every year, all your guys are going to be young.
That's how long they've been bad, man. But listen, man, as we wind this thing down, man, and closing thoughts, man.
God damn it, man. Can somebody tell the Sixers, man, the real basketball has started, the real season has started?
Well, you know what they said, man. They said, you know, there was a deal made. You know, the Eagles' success, the Phillies' success, they had to sacrifice somebody, man.
It's been a lot of that going around, man. I hope somebody reverse that voodoo, that woo that you did, man. That's crazy, man. Because there was a lot, man. That's Philadelphia Eagles is 6-0. The Philadelphia Phillies is in the fucking World Series. Philadelphia Flyers, I know they was 3-0, 4-0, something like that.
I mean, all across the board, they had to sacrifice somebody, man.
Why I gotta be the Sixers? Man, haven't you taken enough blood off them, man? Damn it, man. So, how you feeling, man? How are you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. We got a lot of hoop later on tonight, man. It's not over. We got some pretty good games. I'm gonna sit up and watch this Lakers Nuggets game, and I'm gonna watch this Heat Trailblazers game. My young boy rocked out the league pass, so I'm gonna check out these games, man. I do want to see, because I want to see Busy Bones. I want to see him get busy. I love watching him play.
Let's get busy.
I want to see if the Trailblazers can keep this up. They look promising, man. If they keep this up, man, they need as big a lead as they can, because some of these teams need to get their legs under them, like the Nuggets. Nuggets. They got you got Michael Porter Jr. back. You got Jamal Murray back, and you blending all those pieces back along with the Joker. So it's going to take them a second, man, to get their legs under them. If Portland can keep this up, man, they can get themselves a nice cushion, because a lot of times, I like to look at the schedule too. Sometimes, when you're one of these low-flying teams, they don't give you any marquee matchups early. So, you fly under the radar. But the teams that they expect to be good early, they match them up a lot. You'll get you'll get what they perceive as good teams like the Nuggets and the Lakers. They may play each other twice in the first like 10 games. You know what I mean? As far as the NBA schedule, you get the Bucks and the Bucks and the Sixers, Bucks and the Celtics, Sixers. They may play each other multiple times before 20 games over with.
Bucks and Nets.
So, but it's teams like the Blazers that fly under the radar and they haven't hit the meat of their schedule yet. So
Right.
you gotta see how you could tread water right now until you get to that meet and pad your record right now, because you might have a road trip where you got Brooklyn, Boston, Milwaukee. Brooklyn, Boston, Philly, Miami, and then you go home and you on 4. You know, you can hit
Right.
that kind of road trip. So you need to pad that. You need to pad that record right now as best as you can. And hell, the Heat need a win tonight. They 1-3.
Yeah, man. I mean, they just
need
as
this
disappointing. They just as disappointing as the Sixers are. You know,
Yeah.
I'm really, that's the one thing I'm glad at, is that there are a couple more teams out there that I thought was going to be good that ain't good. You know, so right now, like I said, I hope it's just first week. You know, we all rusty out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? We all rusty. I hope that's what
That
it
could
is.
be it.
I fucking hope so.
That could very well be it. Well, bro, man, let's get out of here, man. Enjoy the rest of these games, man. It's the Fire Nights crew, man. It's your boy, Coach B. My boy, Fresh Fire, man. Just coming at y'all with another quick NBA blurb, man. Get some action, gonna broadcast some of this action, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Your closing thoughts, bro. Get us out of here.
Hey, man, somebody take some passports to some motherfuckers and check them, man. Do something different for my Sixers up in Canada, man. I can't even get my words right the way they fucking got me disbobulated, man. But I love y'all, man. Thank
It's
y'all
early,
for
bro.
walking
It's
with us,
early,
man.
We out.
We live at the Fire Nights podcast, man, and it's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woodland, Delaware.
Where was you from?
Now,
from the
who's
east
fighting
side.
right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy, Green Knight.